drones. Okay, drones. I'm not sure when they started, but they're relatively recent in our world in this century. Drones, and I'm not sure the exact definition, but it's basically an unmanned aircraft. Okay? And there's different kind of aircraft. One the military has now that we're going around and bombing people with and so on. It's kind of a takeoff on the old Cessna L-19, I guess it was, that we used years ago when I was in the Army in the 50s for liaison. The Army, the artillery had it, the infantry had them, and the engineers had them. They're called liaison airplanes. And they just looked over the hill and tried to find the enemy and so on, but they always demanded a pilot. So anytime you got a person in it, if it crashes or gets hit, whatever, you've killed somebody. So the effort to find some way to manage aircraft without a person in it. So basically that's an unmanned aircraft or drone. So it can be in an airplane or it can be a helicopter, which doesn't take to it too well, but from the helicopter world has come the quadcopters, okay? Where you see them where they've got 4 little propellers on it. Same as a car, has 4 wheels. And it gives it stability and it's easier to fly than a helicopter, I guess. So anyway, we have the drones, and then we have the big ones, and then medium-sized ones, and now we're into mini drones, which is Roy's going to show you just a little bit, mini drones. And I told you in our technology world, we have gone from our world to a much bigger world where we can reach outside the universe now. We're outside of our solar system, way up into the universe. And we can also go down now into what is called nano world, nanotechnology, which is very, very small. So our kids today have to handle a lot more in education than we did. So anyway, the drones, then you have to decide, well, what do you want to do with them? Well, we know what the military wants to do with them. And then there's the business end of it, okay? Business end. And then this would fall under, what do you want to call it? Public, hobby, whatever. In other words, whatever we want to do. So for business, they might want to map out an area, like we did with the L-19 airplanes. They might want to map an area, they want to get pictures of it, then make maps of it. Or they might want to look at the top of the roof of a building, of a big building. So anything that you want to look down on, you can do that with a drone. Okay. So then the hobbyists are using them for various reasons. So the drone now, they have added cameras to it. So now it's not only a thing that flies around, but now you've got a camera. So with wireless technology, you can, from that camera, you can send video and or photos. So this is where the power of it is now, is that. And then when you can send, this is all remote control, by the way. So you look under RC as the old world for remote control of devices in the past, model airplanes and so on. Now we've come down to, erase this, the virtual reality. So this is very strong in the hobby drone world and probably in the rest of this too, but I don't know what they do in the military. But virtual reality is where you take something and you block off your vision. Okay, so you're not seeing anything but whatever is in front of your eyes. Okay, you don't see, like blinders on a horse, you're blocked. So then you put something in front of your vision and that's all you see. So it's what we call immersion. You're immersed into the scene. So once they come up with this here, then they can do various things with it. And depending on what you're looking at, let's say if you've got a video, you can move into the 360-degree world, where you can see all around on the video. And now we've got cameras. I'll show you a camera if you want to see it. Well, cameras are taking 180 degrees and 180, then you do what we call stitch them together, and then you can see around. Most of us have that on our smartphone as a panoramic view. So first come to the consumer market, panoramic view, and then these other cameras that take a picture all around. So if you look at the sky, you see the sky all around, from north, south, east, west, and so on. So, and then this is cameras and so on. So now the buzzword is FPV, first person video. So you'll find that on, and I got in trouble at Office Max today. This young lady was there going to buy a drone for her son. So she happened to end up right next to me in line. And I made some comments on it. She asked me, and so I made some comments on it. And she took it back. The guy at the cash register said, "You just lost a sale for me." So I did. I don't know how much it was, but I was there giving him a decent sale. So I said, well, maybe not. You know, you got to think positive. I said, you might make more on it than that. So anyway, he was not very happy. But anyway, the buzzword on what we're talking about now is FPV, first person video. And I didn't bring this up. This is what's in the commercial world now. This drone has first person video. Okay. So what that means is this thing of virtual reality. You put on something and you're immersed in it. I just found two over the weekend. There's a company that's done research on the way the eye works, what you need for astronomy and so on, how the eyeballs work and the retina and so on. And they've made a device that looks like earphones, but you tip it down, it goes over the eyes, and you have virtual reality. What it does is sends a little laser signal. Okay. No, it wasn't laser. It's LED. This way, and then it bounces back to your eye, so you see the way the eye sees, but you're there and you're going to see everything. It looks like you're in it. Okay. So anyway, the buzzword is first person view. Okay. Now, with those devices that go over the eye, then you can plug that into video or whatever. So, anybody here ever flown an airplane or know about flying? Okay. And when I flew for the Army, you have in flying visual flight rules, okay, where you can see everything. Well, in an airplane you don't always see everything. You might have to land when it's at night or when it's not so easy to see. So they have instrument flight rules where you're going to fly with all these instruments. Okay? So now what they do is connect these devices to the drone, and it's going to send back video. So like you're sitting there as a pilot in the pilot's seat. And this is what I wanted to tell you at the store there. I don't know what they've got there, but I would tend to buy one probably. You said your son is what?
He's a pilot.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, if I would buy one for a pilot, I would tend to buy one that has that concept. This one is small, like that one, and it has the FPV on it. So, what most people do, this is one of the sales the salesman did make, and this was in a newspaper on Sunday. This is a virtual reality headset. So it fits on, and then what you do is you put your smartphone on there. And this one, I think it says it will accept any smartphone up to 6 inches. But anyway, You can also make them yourself out of cardboard, but obviously they're not going to be as good as a magazine. In this world of makers, this is a Make magazine that comes out. This whole issue, the last issue, was dedicated to virtual reality. You can buy this, by the way, at Barnes & Noble bookstore if anybody wants it. And most of the articles here on how virtual reality is being used or can be used, or how you can use it. One of them, I think, is how to make it yourself out of cardboard. Anyway, if you want to know about virtual reality, and it's going to be a big part of our society, it's a good article. Trying to think how to go through it. Okay. The virtual reality is the main thing is you can see 360, or you can see a lot more. You can see more or less the way the eye sees. Okay, but everything is blacked out, so your device has to do more or less what the eye can handle, what the eye will do. I'm not sure how else to say that. Everybody, it's like we've done for movies for years with 3D. We want to see things more the way the eye sees it than a flat screen. And now even my new computer I've been bringing, it's got a curved screen. So we see our world in a different way, technically, than a two-dimensional world. And now we're moving into 3D. Okay. In the book, find it. In the book that comes with this here, Roy played with this yesterday, and hopefully we got it working.
This is what
And you've got this here, and we've given it out to other classes too. This is what we're calling tech4seniors Monday. So you can see Roy is taping most of these, or I tape them, whatever. And then we put them up on YouTube, so the people that can't come today, wanted to come, or didn't want to come, they can actually see the whole presentation. Okay. Now I'm going to see if I can find one other thing here. Well, why don't you come up here a minute? This was in the paper the other day. There's a nice article by a girl called Kendra Warner on how to publish a book. So I publish lots of books. So I read it thoroughly, then I researched her, and so on, and so on. And she's got a nice thing here. Copy that on the board. I just want to show you things, how complicated they can get and how to simplify it. And she's a writer for the Killeen Daily Herald, so she's probably a pretty intelligent young lady. Now this is how she says to find her video. If you want to find the video for the trailer for her book, this is what you do. You type that into your computer, okay? The problem is sometimes these are much longer and so on, and they're a little complicated. What is that? Oh, what is that?
It's O. Another O. Another O.
Right? Somebody look at it. That's one of the problems with this type of URL. This is a URL on the internet to find something. How do you tell a capital O, uppercase O, from a lowercase O?
One's
from a zero.
One's fat and one's skinny.
Yeah. A zero, theoretically, is done like that.
Yeah.
Okay? But anyway, bottom line is, I typed it in, I don't know how many times. It didn't work. Couldn't type it. Any ideas?
That's a zero
Pardon?
after the underscore.
Yeah, I would guess one's a zero.
That's
Yeah,
a
exactly.
zero.
So the
Well,
first.
I can't think of the name of it, but there's a list of the codes for all those symbols that are on there. Is that those QRL symbols or?
Yeah, this is the URL. This is how to find a video.
Each symbol has its own code that the computer reads and prints.
Anyway, I just want to show you that it's not as easy as it sounds.
Right.
Okay? And this is a lady writing for Colonial
Discussed that the
Herald.
other day.
What is a lot easier, in my opinion, is use a QR code.
Well,
Absolutely.
it's okay.
You just pick up your smartphone, you read that code, and anybody, I've got teenage kids making all these codes for us. That you'll find it, and it'll come up on your phone or your iPad just like that. And you can use it on your computer too, so it's nothing that, but anyway, they're called QR codes.
Can I say something?
Yeah.
In the article, she's got YouTube
Pardon?
/ then that. Then you'll probably get
Yeah,
it.
but it's got you, if you look at it there, it's got you.
I know.
got something like this.
I wouldn't spell it the way she spelled it.
Well, I wouldn't either, but that's correct. What she did is correct. Okay? It's not YouTube.
I would also put a
This is for
www,
you.
I would put a www in front of that, and then the rest of that,
Then what?
and you might be able to find that video.
What's the rest of it? She didn't put it all down. What's the rest?
Well-
YU
tu.be/
dot BE.
Yep. And then that.
Yeah. Okay, now I did all that. I'm saying I didn't get it. No matter how I massaged this, I didn't get it.